They called him the richest king in all the lands. But one night, the same king quietly slipped into the shadows, dressed in rags, and joined a group of robbers. Why would a man who had everything risk it all to walk among thieves? It wasn't for gold. It wasn't for power. It was for something far more precious: his son's soul. This is the forgotten story of a king, a spoiled prince, and a plan born not from anger, but from love. And if you stay with me until the end, it might just change how you see success, parenting, and life itself. King Aldrin ruled the peaceful kingdom of Illyria. The people loved him, and his court respected him. But behind the palace walls, his heart was troubled. His only son, Prince Kyle, was everything the king feared he would become. Spoiled, arrogant, entitled, Kyle had grown up surrounded by luxury. Servants dressed him, chefs catered to his every craving, and tutors praised him even when he barely tried. He mocked the poor and ignored the needs of his people. The king had tried gentle talks, harsh punishments, even religious counsel. Nothing changed Kyle's heart. One night, the king sat by the window looking out at the stars and whispered, "How do I teach a boy who has never known hunger, pain, or fear what it means to truly live?" Whispers filled the kingdom. "The king is dead," some said. Others believed he was kidnapped. But in truth, King Aldrin had disguised himself. Dirty clothes, a fake scar across his cheek, and a hood over his head. He called himself Garen and slipped into the forest where a group of thieves camped. At first, they didn't trust him. "What's a scraggly old man like you doing here?" one laughed. "I've lost everything," Aldrin said quietly. "I've got nothing left but 2 hands and the will to survive." They let him stay. Days turned into weeks. Aldrin chopped wood, carried water, and shared stale bread. He didn't try to lead. He listened. And slowly, the thieves began to trust him. Then the second part of his plan began. A month later, Prince Kyle received a strange letter. "Your father's last wish was for you to visit the outer forest village. Go alone." Annoyed and curious, Kyle rode out the next morning without guards. That night, in the forest, he was ambushed by the same thieves his father had joined. They tied him up and dragged him to their camp. "Please, do you know who I am?" Kyle screamed. "Just another rich brat," one muttered. They threw him into a wooden cage. From behind the shadows, Aldrin watched. His heart ached, but his eyes stayed firm. For the first time in his life, Kyle had no power, no servants, no gold. He slept on dirt and drank rainwater. Days passed. He shouted, cursed, demanded to be freed. But no one listened, until one night it rained hard. Cold wind howled. Kyle curled up, shivering. He saw Garen, the old man, walk over with a dry cloth. "Here," the man said softly. Kyle hesitated, then took it. "Why are you helping me?" "Because I've been cold before," Garen said. "And because pain should never harden the heart." That was the first crack. The next day, Kyle saw a thief steal a loaf of bread and give it to a hungry child. "Why help them?" Kyle asked. The thief shrugged. "Because no one ever helped me. I know how it feels." Day by day, Kyle began to see things differently. The thieves weren't evil. They were broken, forgotten, survivors, and he began to listen. He helped fix torn tents, shared his rations, carried water. One night, around a fire, Kyle looked at Garen and said, "I don't think I deserve to be a king. Not yet." Aldrin's eyes filled with tears. He turned away so Kyle wouldn't see. 2 weeks later, a royal guard appeared at the edge of the forest. Searching for the prince, Kyle stood tall, dirty, but different. "I'm ready to go back," he said. He turned to Garen. "Thank you for everything." Aldrin smiled, hugged him tightly, and whispered, "I'm proud of you, son." Kyle froze. He pulled back and stared. "Father?" Aldrin nodded. Tears welled in Kale's eyes. You did all this for me? Because I had to show you the world, not just give it to you. They returned to Illyria. Kyle was no longer the same. He spoke to villagers, helped the sick, ate with farmers. And when the time came for him to rule, he ruled not with pride, but with compassion. And the thieves? The king pardoned them. He gave them work, homes, and dignity. Some became royal guards. Others built schools and farms. They had stolen, yes, but now they were part of building something. Sometimes the greatest gift a parent can give is not comfort, but struggle, because it's only through hardship that we truly discover who we are meant to be.